just drafted in an 8-man full PPR league with pick 7, and here's my team. All right, with my number 7 pick in the first round, I managed to grab Puka Nacua. My goal was to grab Christian McCaffrey, but I managed to grab Puka Nacua instead, which I'm totally fine with. I'm really high on Puka Nacua this year just because I feel like he's going to take over that Cooper Kupp role. Especially, I know a lot of people are like stressed about the Matthew Stafford injury. I don't really think it's going to be a big deal, right? We heard Sean McVay said it's not really a big deal at all. So I trust in Puka Nacua a lot this year, even over a guy like CeeDee Lamb. But I much rather would have had Christian McCaffrey. At pick 2 in the second round, I managed to grab Devon A-Chain. I had to go running back. I wanted to pick Nico Collins. If I had gotten CMC at pick 7, I would have picked Nico Collins just because I'm super high on Nico Collins. I think he has upside to be the wide receiver 1. But instead I went with like Devon A-Chain. I needed a running back, and I'm super high on Devon A-Chain this year. He's an elite fantasy running back. Whether or not he's an elite just normal running back is debatable, but he's definitely got running back 1 upside. And that's what I need to take here, man. I'm taking very high upside players. And I'm totally cool with the pick Devon A-Chain there. All right, at pick 7 in the third round, I managed to grab Ashton Jensey. I literally have no idea how I grabbed Ashton Jensey, but I couldn't pass up on him. I wanted to grab a guy like James Cook or Kyron Williams, but you can't pass up on Ashton Jensey, man. He played in a preseason game today. Ended up getting 7 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. If you saw one of his runs, he had a 13-yard run. That was an amazing run. We'll put it on screen now.
At the line of scrimmage.
Run again with Jensey. That's a bulldozer. He is bouncing off defenders and drag.
And that's just the type of stuff that you're going to get out of Ashton Jensey literally all year. So that's why I felt like I had to get him there. All right, and at pick 2 in the fourth round, I grabbed Josh Allen. I think this is an amazing pick. I'm very high on Josh Allen. I feel like everybody's high on Josh Allen. I like this a lot. I don't think you can go wrong with this. Fourth round, early fourth round, picking a guy like Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson already got snagged, so I'm cool with Josh Allen. All right, and as my third running back in the fifth round, at pick 7, I managed to grab Kenneth Walker. I really like this Kenneth Walker pick. I feel like he's got super high upside. He's right now running on my flex. I have 3 running backs so far, and we're only in round 5. But I'm very high on Kenneth Walker, so expect big things out of Kenneth Walker this year. At pick 2 in the 6th round, I managed to grab Tedero McMillan. I'm very high on Tedero McMillan this year, although I do think this was definitely a reach. I just didn't want to miss my guy. I think I was okay with picking him there. I needed a receiver. Felt like he was the best on the board, or at least upside-wide he was the best on the board. So I grabbed Tedero McMillan there. I'm very happy with that pick. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that, but that's a good pick in my opinion. On round 7, pick 7, I grabbed Terry McLaurin. I was shocked he was still there. He was like 20 picks past his ADP. So I'm totally cool with Terry McLaurin just as like sort of an upside guy, whether or not he might be bad this year just because of his holdout, but I don't really think that's going to be a big deal. I mean, like, just look at it, right? We were worried with Jamar Chase last year, but he ended up being fantasy wide receiver 1 by like a long shot. And it's the same thing happening with Terry McLaurin here. I just don't think it'll be that big of a deal. And I managed to get him 20 picks past his ADP, so that's just a steal in my opinion. All right, in round 8 at pick 2, I grabbed Isaiah Pacheco. I'm super high on Isaiah Pacheco. I feel like he has that upside, especially in elite offense, like probably the best offense in the league, maybe not, but up there at least, top 3 or top 5. I mean, you're taking a running back in that system. Like, you're just going to get good things out of there. Might have been a little bit of a reach, but I sort of needed running back as like maybe some depth, and I just wanted to go with Isaiah Pacheco. All right, at pick 7 in the 9th round, I went with Chris Olave. I was shocked that I was able to get him. Super high on this guy, or at least upside-wide, I'm high on him. I know it's sketchy. A lot of people don't like the Tyler Shaw, Spencer Rattler, right? Jake Haener and all those guys at quarterback. But I'm a Spencer Rattler fan. I like Spencer Rattler this year. I think he'll be able to sling the ball to Chris Olave a lot. So just, especially at round 9, pick 7, that's a steal in my opinion. I'm getting a great receiver with great upside. That's just a good pick. Around 10 at pick 2, I picked Tyrone Tracy, which was kind of a shock to me because I haven't picked him in literally any of my mocks. So it was kind of a shock that I picked him, at least to me. But I like Tyrone Tracy a lot this year, man. I think he can. I think he's better than Scatabo. I know Scatabo's hurt right now. We'll see what that how that affects Tyrone Tracy. I'm big on Tyrone Tracy this year. I feel like I got good value on him. Round 11, pick 7, I went with Jacoby Myers, wide receiver 1. You're getting him that late. I think that's a steal. I know a lot of people might be a little worried about that Raiders offensive line, Ashton Jensey getting the ball a lot, and Geno Smith might not be the best quarterback, but I believe in Geno Smith this year, man. And I feel like it'll just work out. He'll be able to sling the ball to Jacoby Myers. There's not really anybody else there other than Brock Bowers. All right, and at round 12, pick 2, I went with Javonte Williams. A lot of people might not like this guy just because of his history with the Broncos, but I like him because the head coach, I believe, said he's the clear cutout running back 1. So I'm high on Javonte Williams this year, especially this late into the draft. I like Javonte Williams a lot. Round 14, pick 2, I was able to get David Njoku. I'm super high on David Njoku. He was like 20 picks past his ADP. I just couldn't pass up on him. It was him or Evan Ingram. I decided to go with David Njoku. Might be a little sketchy with that quarterback situation, but I trust Joe Flacco. I think he'll be able to sling the ball to David Njoku, and especially that late. It's not like you're taking an elite guy, right? But I expect good things out of David Njoku this year. Round 15, pick 7, I just wanted to pick Brandon Aubrey, get my elite kicker out of the way. And then round 16, pick 2, I grabbed Tyler Warren. I know I grabbed David Njoku a couple rounds before this, but I'm super high on Tyler Warren. I just didn't want to risk the fact not getting him because I believe his ceiling is super high. Top 5 ceiling in my opinion. So I'm just high on Tyler Warren. Wanted to grab him. All right, now round 17, pick 7, my last pick in the draft. I just went with defense. Had to get Cardinals defense. So they're not a really great defense, but they play Saints week 1, and I'm kind of a guy that likes to change defenses every week. And Cardinals was the best available in my opinion, so I just grabbed Cardinals defense. All right, that was my full 8-man PPR draft. You guys rate it in the comments.